Me and my girlfriend recently went to Japan and we've been going viral.
Hey yo, Chris, where you at? I'm in town.
If you're watching this, you've probably seen some of my viral Japan content here, from my girlfriend, and particularly this Nana jacket that I got from Japan that everybody's been asking about. A lot of my friends have a lot of questions about Japan. A lot of people have commented that they're actually there right now or on the way there, and that they're interested in our experience. This is part 1 of my first time traveling to Japan. If you're watching this on YouTube, definitely like, comment, subscribe, because we're going to be rolling this trip out in segments, in parts. It's a lot to go over. I would even go so far as to say the way we filmed this trip, it's not a vlog, it's a movie about Japan. But on another note, let's get into part 1 of my first time traveling to Japan. So a lot of people want to know, how was the flight? Now, we flew 2 different ways. We flew Delta Premium and also Delta Main Cabin coming back. I think the biggest thing that was holding me back from doing a trip like Japan was the flight time. I'd never been on a flight more than 5 hours. I've only been to the West Coast of the United States and maybe a few places in the Caribbean. That's nothing longer than 5 hours. For the longest, I just couldn't get over getting on a flight that was more than 8 hours. Like I was like, I don't want to be stuck on a plane just like crunched up like a little piece of paper on a fucking plane, you know? But my girlfriend, she actually went to Italy this year, and that kind of got me over it. She was like, yo, it was not bad at all. It wasn't a long flight. I think that flight was like 9 hours, something like that, 9-10 hours. Shout out to my girlfriend, Jazz. She's the best explorer I know, best content creator in the land. So getting over the flight time, that was a big thing. I was like, dang, I don't want to be sitting on a plane for that long. But to my surprise, it was not bad at all. I think when people think about a flight that's 14 hours long, they're thinking like it's a 14-hour drive, but you're flying. And my take on it is 14 hours driving probably feels crazy on your body because of the weight of gravity. But when you're in the air, you barely feel that. Like you literally just floating for 14 hours. And then the planes are big enough to where you have space to get up and walk around, stretch your legs out if you need to. There was times where I was sitting down for a very long time and I didn't, my body wasn't doing no weird stuff or no blood circulation cutting off or nothing like that. The flight was pretty smooth, to say the least. They also served you food depending on what airline you fly with. They served us food the whole time. I think we got like 3 different meals, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, even snacks in between. So not really missing nothing there. I think part of this content is to really give people as much of an immersive experience as possible. So I really want to talk about how it felt when we first landed. I'm from Washington, D.C., specifically Northeast D.C. I grew up in the quote unquote hood. So making it somewhere as far as Japan is surreal. Like it's like a lot of people from my neighborhood don't even leave the block. To make it all the way over there was already crazy. I mean, I live in Atlanta. I'm based there. I've been there for the past 10 years. And even that is like a big accomplishment coming from my neighborhood, because a lot of people don't make it off the block or don't even make it out of the neighborhood, don't make it out of the city. Some people haven't even been outside of the city on a trip, flight, none of that. So I'm grateful to have had that experience and more. When we first landed, I felt a deep sense of wonder, feeling like I was in a completely different world. And I know that may sound a little like over romanticized to people who already live there, who are Japanese and are from there. But for a foreigner like myself and coming from where I come from, hearing the stories about Japan, how nice it is, how clean it is, everything, like you already kind of start to feel that energy. And I believe in energy. I believe energy is like, it speaks volumes. It goes a long way. So when we first got there, I was already feeling the Japan tinglies right there. Like I was like, oh, I already know this is about to be super dope. Halfway there on the plane, I already didn't want to leave, which is crazy. I'm not even there yet. I still don't even know what it's like. When we touched down, we're walking through the airport, I'm just looking around like, wow, we're really in Japan. Like I'm really on the opposite side of the world, 14 hours ahead. This was once a place I could only see on the map. And I'm physically here, my 2 feet planted on the ground. That is crazy. And it's really a blessing. I don't know if the right word is wanderlust. So immediately, as soon as you hit the ground, you're overtaken by this wanderlust. Like you want to go explore the entirety of Japan, from the countryside to all the cities, to the beaches, every mountain peak. Like you just want to run and go see everything. We were only experiencing Tokyo for the first time. The third thing I want to point out is the few things that we noticed when we got there. And I'll really talk about the two things that I noticed the most. Immediately, public cleanliness. I mean, I've never seen streets this clean. It's true about seeing no trash cans on the street. You really don't see any trash cans. I think they do put trash bags outside for pickup in the mornings, but other than that, you don't see any litter, any trash on the ground. Even like when we got into the train station that's connected to the airport, the floors just look mad shiny. The walls were shiny. Like you could see your reflection in a lot of the floors and the walls. And again, I know this may sound like over romanticized. He's just in his own foreign bubble, whatever. I get that it may sound like that, but again, you have to be a foreigner to really understand the experience of coming over there. It's the same thing with DC. Like DC, when I look at DC, I love my city. I have a great love for my city. A little bit of a love-hate relationship. We'll get into that later. But people come to DC and they're like, oh, and I'm just like, not too much, not too much. The cleanliness you notice right away. The second thing I want to mention is the calm atmosphere. And this was probably my favorite thing about Japan, because again, I come from Washington, D.C. It's a very small city that is very compact and everybody's literally just on top of each other's toes. A lot of city noise, a lot of weird smells. It's like a mini New York, let's say that. There was just immediately this calm sense of public safety, no chaos, like nobody's arguing on the street. You don't see these strange characters just blurting out random stuff. It just feels safe. And that's the one thing that probably stuck with me the most, because your nervous system feels different in Japan. When you come back home to the US, and this is just for all my US citizens, you can tell the difference in how much your, I guess, level of spatial awareness, or like just being aware of your surroundings, you can tell how much you've been on 10 and just on alert just from living here. And that is big. That's deep. You know, I feel like that's probably the one thing I miss most about Japan, is just feeling like I don't have to look over my shoulder. I don't have to like check my car for weird stuff when I'm leaving the store, or, you know, like it just felt safe. And the crazy part is we didn't really see that many police officers, and it didn't feel like we needed to be honest. This calm atmosphere reminded me a lot of anime in real life. So like when people say it's like, I know a lot of foreigners say that like, oh, it's like anime, but in real life. I would say so. I would say Japan is really like that, from the way that people dress, which is super dope. Like the way they dress is just on another level. You know, that's why I had to cop this jacket. And it's still some more stuff over there that I need to go back and get. The way they dress is like top tier. The streetwear, the opium style streetwear fashion is like my favorite. That's the pinnacle of how I want to dress. That is my core. From how people dress to how they talk, their mannerisms, and even just the atmosphere of how it feels peaceful. Like a lot of anime, the soundtracks, they're always like calm and like soft music, very peaceful tone, or this very peaceful vibe. Aside from all the fighting and destruction that they show in anime, this place felt like an anime in real life. Of course, the food, everything already looks very appealing to the eye. The way the city lights up at night, the way even when it's a gray, cloudy day, the way that it sets over the city is just cinematic. Like everything about Japan looks cinematic to me. Of course, because I'm a filmmaker, and who doesn't want to film in Japan? Another thing I do want to point out, online, you always see this rhetoric about, you know, the trains are very quiet. No one speaks on the trains. I'm sorry, that's a little bit of cap. We definitely saw people talking on the trains. Not like very loud though. Of course, it was very like low and like low volume. Little low volume chatter we saw on the trains. I'm seeing a lot of comments about don't sing on the trains because my music video content is circulating now on the algorithm. I just want people to know, like, I wasn't actually singing on the train. I was just lip singing. So people couldn't actually hear me. They barely were paying me any mind because they couldn't hear me. But if they did see me, a lot of people, well, I really only noticed one person looking at me. It was like one guy, he saw me like filming, and he was more like curious. Like he was smiling. I don't know if that was a good or bad thing, but you know, he seemed intrigued. A lot of people seemed to be intrigued whenever I was filming my music video content. So I don't think that it was bothering anybody, as some of y'all are saying in the comments. Again, I'm not from Japan, so I get it may be, you know, wrong or offensive or whatever it is, but that's not what this is over here. Trust me. If anything, I noticed a deep appreciation for hip hop over there, and that's what I do. I do this rap shit. Another thing I want to talk about are the hotel lobbies. I mean, A lot of the hotels that we looked up were like 3-star hotels, and what you could get for a 3-star hotel here in the US, price wise and quality wise, not it. But in Japan, even the 3-star hotels look like 5-star hotels. Like, we were getting prices as low as 70 a night, 120 a night. And I mean, the lobbies were gorgeous. Like, just the interior design, the decor, like everything just looked very clean, very sleek, very modern, but also like still very deeply embedded in Japanese culture, which was really cool. For me, being a music artist, I love filming videos wherever I go. Hotel lobbies is one of my key locations. Like, if your hotel lobby looks nice, definitely expect me to be filming it. On top of the hotel lobbies being nice, they just had good customer service. Like, everywhere you go, it just felt like a sense of, we're gonna take care of you. There's a deep sense of hospitality. Yeah, I can't recall one bad customer service experience we had there. Funny enough, I think a lot of people think about, like, is there gonna be a language barrier? There's not really that much of a language barrier that we experienced, at least. And maybe that's because we were in a lot of the touristy parts, but between translation apps and people who did speak a little bit of English, we were fine. And people were still able to give us really good service, and they were super nice to us. So that's the other thing, you know, being Black, especially going over there in a place where it's not that many Black people, you're still kind of like the minority, I guess. I never really felt like I was being looked at different or being judged, or like there was no sense of racism, to me at least. And maybe I didn't see it. Maybe if it was there, maybe I just didn't notice because I was just so, like, my eyes were just so wide because it was my first time in Japan. But we had a great experience going there. Everybody was nice. For the most part, I think people stay to themselves in Japan, but until you actually talk to them. When you talk to people and they open up to you, it's like, oh, like, they're actually nice. They're very kind, at least from what we've experienced. I don't know if that's different for other people, but hey, my first time in Japan, it was dope. The last thing I want to touch on for this video is everything is built for convenience. I'm talking bag carriers at restaurants, check-in and check-out kiosks at hotels, self-cleaning toilets with heated seats and bidets, and even amenity bars at the hotels. There was one time when we went to an acai bowl place, like, to get breakfast, and they served acai bowls, waffles. I had my book bag, the famous Bowser backpack that everybody been raving about as well, and I had it on the back of my chair, and one of the guys, he actually came and pulled out this little, like, bag carrier, or like a bag holder. And it was just something that you could sit your bag in so that it's not on the floor. And it's just like the little thought of having little touches like that warmed my heart. Because I feel like in the US, you don't get that. It's rare if you get that. If you get that, you probably spending a lot of money to get that. But in Japan, it's like, no, this is the norm. Like, we're going to treat you nice when you come spend money with us because you're spending money with us. Something to be thankful for. I noticed at the hotel that after I checked in and checked out of the first one, that they actually had a kiosk where you can just insert your key to check out. So I ended up doing that for the later hotels that we stayed at. But when I also went to the kiosk, I realized you could also check in on the kiosk, which is dope. Like, I didn't know that they had contactless check in, check out. Another cool thing about the hotels, they had these amenity bars where you could take stuff for free, like washcloths, razors, hairbrushes, toothbrushes with toothpaste in it, like just little stuff like that. You gotta call down to the front desk normally to get well, we did still have to call to get like regular bath towels if we needed more, but like just little stuff like that, little essentials that you need, you normally gotta like call the hotel, call the front desk to get that type of stuff. But they had a whole amenity bar that had all this stuff. It had face wash, skin lotion, all kind of stuff. Like, it was just, man, it was dope. I miss it so much. But that is part one of my Japan trip. It's so much I can get into about the trip as far as the food, just the experience of going there and filming there. Because as I said, I'm a music artist, so I do a lot of music content. And I'm a filmmaker. I do a lot of short film content, if you will. So if y'all like this content, if you like what you're seeing from my Japan experience and you want to know more, like and comment on this video, and definitely subscribe if you want to see more about my Japan trip, because there's a whole lot more. We ain't even dropped the vlog yet. And again, it's not a vlog, it's a movie about Japan. It's your boy Chris Elvis. Peace and blessings on to you.
Hey yo, Chris, where you at? I'm in town.